Okay, that's enough fooling around. Let's get down to business. A very interesting debacle indeed for this week. Debacle. That's a fun word. Okay. But it's been interesting to hear your guys' perspectives on your high school conflict between the athletic and music departments. For me, the crowd at least was very much the same. The almost every single member of my orchestra and a lot of my friends from the band program were involved in sports, and I have nothing but respect for you guys that had similar experiences to my band program back at home. The Rockwood Summit Falcons, a little shout out for you back there, back in St. Louis. Yeah, yeah, good crowd. But anyways, the band program was nationally ranked, and three time, yeah, 3 times a week, they were out there on the field 4 hours. Such a huge time commitment. While I was, just kind of chilling back in my home, scratching away on my violin, plunking away on the keys, and just kind of watching TV. Oh no, good gosh, couldn't do that. Nothing but respect for you guys if you somehow end up seeing this. Anyways, um, so yeah, they were very much the same crowd, and the time commitments were huge for both. But so that made the traditional ensemble class conflicted. But one thing that has crossed my mind, when we're trying to find people who are not musically inclined and experienced with performing or making or doing anything with music besides listening, um, what we've done previously in class, especially with the SoundCloud portfolio, has really intrigued me as something to be a part of a class outside of the traditional or ensemble rehearsing and performing. Something like the non-notated section of the portfolio where we're just using GarageBand loops and all just other opportunities have crossed my mind. For instance, the um, taking a forwarded music appreciation type curriculum, starting briefly at the classical period, because Maddie, as you point out, all these athletes, computer geeks, and just other people who have not been um, musically active their entire life with performing or rehearsing music, uh, tend to listen to pop, rap, country. Oh, okay, sorry. If you're, yeah, okay, but tend to listen to more popular genres. But they're still really engaged with music. They're listening to it every day. We have a campus full of 40,000 people. There's We're one of 100 music freshmen, and we see people out there every day listening to their phone to music. And I don't know why we couldn't engage that. If we started at briefly at the classical period, because people, at least, you know, I think stereotypically people who haven't really delved into classical music, they just see the big names, and they've heard Rachmaninoff, Berg, Haydn, they've heard some of those names kind of float around every now and then, Stravinsky. Um, but they haven't, kind of delved into it. And if you just briefly pass there as a foundation, and then you moved on to, if you also passed by jazz as well, I think people could really also get into that, because at least what I think stereotypically people who haven't really delved into jazz, they think A, nice corny 20s big band, or B, really avant-garde, think Machine Gun Kelly, just way out there free jazz that is just a bunch of, you know, people just blowing on their saxes. But yeah, if you went through both of those and then you established, foundations from those for pop, rap, country, other more popular genres, then I think that could really facilitate some really cool conversations. And also, what I was mentioning with the non-notated um, composition, I was in Branson and I was just I passing by and I saw a street performer. There was a guy playing on his keyboard, and I listened to him play for a little bit, and then I got to talking to him afterwards. And at this point, I had been playing for 10 years and I had been doing jazz for two. So I just, started hanging out with him, talking to him, and then he's like, "Hey, let's just jam." I was like, "Okay, what tune you want to call?" "Oh, just jam in G." I was like, "Okay." And then afterwards, I started asking him about different voicings that he was using, and I recommended a website to him, and he was like, "Oh, okay." And he checked it out on his phone. "Oh, notation. Um, okay." So he hadn't learned a note, but he was jamming away, having so much fun every day. He was a gospel player, so you just name a key and he can go. But so I really just real quick tangent. I think these musicians or people who just listen to music without an idea of notation, I really think they're able to hone in to such a higher detail level to the tone, timbre, pitch, and just overall aesthetic feel of the piece. And that could be really nurtured in the class I was talking about. So let me know what you guys think. I look forward to hearing your responses, and I'll see you next week.